Thank you so much for joining me today on this presentation on why your school needs a legal clinic and how to get one today. The connection between your school and lawyers may not be immediately apparent, especially if most of your familiarity with the legal system comes from watching TV. But there's actually a huge connection because legal issues present a significant barrier to students' ability to attend school and to get good paying jobs. I'm going to talk to you a bit today about what that connection is. I'm going to talk to you a bit about why your school really does need to provide legal support to students, just in the same way it provides support about childcare or housing or transportation or other issues that students face. And finally, I'm going to talk to you a bit about how easy it is for you to help get your students connected with legal services. So, just for a moment, I want you to think about why your students are unable to stay in school. Now, obviously, there's probably some students who struggle with math class or have difficulty with the tuition bill. But probably just as often, and even sometimes when those are the things that present themselves, the difficulty with math or the tuition, there's underlining social issues, life getting in the way of students being able to thrive and succeed at school. Now, some of those are the things we talked about, like transportation or housing or other things. Well, legal issues are definitely part of this and are often reflected in those stressors that you probably commonly deal with. There's a whole list of potential legal issues that students could face on the slide, but I just want to talk to you about two. One is, imagine a student who's having difficulty with housing. Maybe they're about to get evicted, or maybe there's mold infestation in their apartment and they're having difficulty getting their landlord to address it. Well, those stressors obviously would create significant difficulty for somebody trying to go to school and attend school and succeed in school. But they're at their core legal issues with legal solutions that a lawyer could help somebody with. And so that's an instance in which having some legal support for students could really help. The second issue or example I want to give is one of a student who maybe had a criminal conviction on their record. Maybe they got into trouble right the day after their 18th birthday. It's that criminal conviction could keep somebody from being able to pursue healthcare, law enforcement, or some other really high paying, great jobs that maybe they have a really strong aptitude for and interest in. Again, that's an issue that a lawyer potentially could help somebody with, potentially getting an expungement or a pardon for that person so they can get their record cleaned up and they can move on with the career of their choice. And I said I was going to give two examples. I actually have one more. Driver's license restoration. You've probably had students before who've lost their driver's license. Sometimes people lose their driver's license just because they have unpaid fines and fees that they really can't afford. Well, again, this too is a legal issue. A lawyer potentially could help that student get their driver's license reinstated. So again, these are all issues where there's social issues that create significant barriers to people being able to succeed in school or get certain jobs that lawyers could help with. There's a problem, though. There's a huge justice gap. Over 86% of people living at or near the poverty line in the United States receive inadequate help for legal problems. There's a bunch of reasons for this, just to name a few. There's not enough free legal help available. Many rural areas lack any attorneys. And then, even if you did have a whole bunch of attorneys who wanted to help, many people don't know that they're stressors or legal issues. And then, even if they do maybe suspect that they're stressors or legal issues, they may have a really bad taste in their mouth about the legal system or lawyers, particularly if their only involvement with the legal system has been perhaps in a criminal proceeding or a contentious family matter. Well, a couple years ago, a group from my company, Ascendium Education Group, and then legal aid providers decided to try to address the legal barriers facing students. We opened free legal clinics in Madison College and Milwaukee Area Technical College here in our state. And we were really starting to gain momentum. And then COVID hit, so we pivoted to a virtual model. The virtual model has definitely was a bump in the road, but it ended up being a true gift because it enabled us to expand beyond Madison and Milwaukee to around the state, including in rural areas of Wisconsin that have few, if any, attorneys and have been coined legal deserts. our concept of that people had legal issues and that people needed legal help for them, and that these were presenting barriers to them succeeding in school and getting certain jobs has really proven out. There's a huge need, and we've had a huge response. Well over 700 people have reached out since we launched in fall 2019. And again, that's with what we intended as soft, sort of slow launches. And it's also with the pivot we had to do to an entirely virtual model with COVID. So there's a huge, huge need. And I think if you make the services available and you advertise them and you promote them with students, students do respond and come and get help for these issues. So I mentioned earlier that a lot of students or people don't know that their stressors are legal issues, and if they do, they may not be inclined to come talk to attorneys for a variety of reasons. That's really where the tech colleges and you as leaders at those colleges really come into play. You're key in helping students identify that their stressors are legal issues and then connecting them with legal resources. You know your students, you already talk with them and are a trusted resource about a whole host of social issues that may be impacting them, and your leaders in your community. So the hope is that you can really think about legal issues and getting legal support for students in the same manner you'd think about getting them help with childcare or transportation or housing or the bevy of other issues that I'm sure your students come to you with all the time, issues that are keeping them from being able to really succeed and thrive and stay in school. So, how do you bring legal services to your school? It's really quite easy. Regardless of where you're located, I think the first step is just to recognize and embrace your role as legal navigators who are really critical to helping connect students with legal services. And this is really a two-pronged thing. First off, it's just being able to issue spot. And when you hear people talking about the stressors in their lives, the things that are keeping them from being able to succeed in school, just recognize that a lot of those are legal issues and just have your antenna up to hear if you hear something about housing or family law or a driver's license issue or a criminal record issue, chances are these have some underlying legal component, and there could be some really great legal help available for those. And then, regardless of whether you have a formal clinic program or a program at your school, just being aware of the legal services in your community, the same way you're probably aware of food banks or daycare centers or other things that you probably refer students to all the time. And then, if you're in Wisconsin, I urge you to reach out and partner with us. Again, we're expanding the legal clinic project that we have all over the state right now. We've partnered with schools all over the state, and we'd love to partner with you. And then even if you're outside Wisconsin, please feel free to reach out. We've been working on this for a couple years. We're still growing and iterating and evolving all the time. But we have learned a few things over the past couple years about how to really connect students with legal resources and how to serve students and the schools best. And are happy to share anything that we can with you, and also learn from you too, and what kind of needs you have. Maybe we'll take that back and use it to continue developing our own program. And then another thing that you can do is look to establish a formal program in your school, kind of like, or your state, kind of like we've done here in Wisconsin. You can reach out to local legal aid providers, again, those same groups that you'll probably become aware of in your role as a legal navigator. And then you could also potentially reach out to your school's own attorneys. The attorneys your school probably pays to do a lot of service for your institution. Maybe get them to come either help you develop connections with legal aid providers or come in themselves and do some pro bono or free work with your students, maybe a monthly clinic. Lastly, I just want to thank you so much for coming here today and hearing about this. Urge you to reach out to us with any questions, and thanks again for all the tremendous things that you do for students every day.
I am Norma Kraft, the Legal Studies Paralegal Program Director and Legal Services Chair at Madison Area Technical College. The free legal clinic at Madison College started in September 2019 and has now had over 700 students and community members requesting assistance. The clinic has over 15 community legal partners and directly provides assistance in over 16 practice areas. The students in the Madison College Legal Studies Paralegal Program have been an essential resource to the clinic while benefiting from their clinic experience. This clinic is an excellent opportunity for our students to volunteer or intern in the real world environment. The clinic has two opportunities. One is strictly a volunteer opportunity where the students can choose how many hours they work. So they'll have a training and be able to work at a clinic. They could do this once, or they could work at many different times at different clinics. Then we have our internship opportunity. That is a credit opportunity where they must intern at least 140 hours in a semester. So, what are the benefits of the free legal clinic at Madison College to our program students? Well, it's students helping students. Students feel a real satisfaction in assisting other students. And it's also an excellent opportunity for the students to just confirm the importance of confidentiality. They also begin to understand the operation of a professional workplace. The clinic allows its student interns and volunteers to apply their academic knowledge to an actual experience. This helps our students enter into their first professional job with more ease than if they hadn't had this experience. Networking. Working alongside attorneys and other legal professionals at the clinic builds a student's professional networks. Networking is critical in obtaining jobs in the legal field. Professionalism. This clinic emphasizes to our students the soft skills needed in the workplace. Skills such as communication, leadership, problem solving, and teamwork are learned or enhanced through this experience. Also, professional feedback. Students receive feedback from the legal professionals they work with at the clinic. This helps them prepare for their first position. They also learn from others. A student, while interning or volunteering at the clinic, may observe others to learn the requirements of different positions. What a great job shadowing experience while assisting others. It also increases confidence. Having this experience in the career field our students want to pursue prepares them for what to expect once in the real world and increases their confidence. It's also a resume builder. Many employers want employees to have some professional experience, even for entry level jobs. The internship and volunteer opportunity at the clinic provides that experience that can be added to a resume. It also is an opportunity for the student to learn what is right for that student. Most leave an internship or volunteer opportunity feeling excited about the experience. However, if a student does not, that student will then know what that person does not like as they pursue a position after graduation. So it's a good way for a student to make a decision on what the best is for that student when it comes to employment. And also, internships are paid. The clinic will be offering paid internships. Now, how does this volunteer and internship opportunity benefit the clinic? It does allow the clinic to be more efficiently and effectively providing legal assistance. The students are able to communicate directly with clients, to schedule for clinics, determine eligibility, and obtain case information and updates. They can review and organize files. They can conduct factual and legal research, prepare documents and pull forms, and just otherwise assist during the clinic meetings. The interns and volunteers also spread the word of the clinic throughout the college and community to encourage people to attend the clinic to alleviate barriers to education and employment.
Hi, I'm Jill Kastner, a staff attorney at Legal Action of Wisconsin and director of the Student Legal Aid Project. I'm here to talk with you about why Lawyers for Learners is such a great and valuable resource for schools to have for their students. Every year, students are forced to drop out or take a break from their studies because of issues that our legal professionals can help them resolve. Lawyers for Learners can help students stay in school, finish their degree, and get a job in their field by removing legal barriers to employment and education. For example, if an old arrest record or criminal history is preventing them from getting an internship or finding good employment, We have attorney volunteers who help them with removing arrest records as well as petitioning for expungement and pardon. If they lose their driver's license or never had a valid driver's license because of unpaid fines or an uninsured motorist accident or other reasons, we have a driver's license clinic and can connect that student with help that they need. There are so many other legal issues students face: problems with their landlord and eviction, child support, unemployment claims, immigration. We have attorney volunteers who are willing to talk with the students and often even provide representation to assist them, all at no cost to the student. Every school should make Lawyers for Learners available to their students because our free legal clinics are a vital resource for schools to link their students with free volunteer legal professionals to help them remove barriers that prevent students from staying in school, getting their degree, and of course, landing that good job.
Hi, I'm Megan Sprecher. I'm a staff attorney with Legal Action's Student Legal Aid Program, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the legal issues that we've seen students and community members come in with. Some of the legal issues are, directly tied to success at school. Like if someone doesn't have a driver's license and they're unable to get to classes, of course that's going to impact their education. Or if they have a certain type of criminal conviction and that precludes them from entering the program that they want to go into or the career that they want to go into. But other legal issues also impact students and community members and their ability to engage. So if someone is having a housing issue, an eviction process has been started against them, of course that impacts their ability to effectively engage in school or work or family life. If someone is undocumented and thinks they might be eligible for deferred action for childhood arrivals, of course that's going to have an impact on their school life, their work life, their home life. So we've seen like a wide variety of legal issues that students and community members come in with, and they're all really interrelated. And we're happy to point people in the right direction and assist people with a wide variety of cases.
Hi, I'm Holly Clendenin, Chief Student Services Officer at Southwest Wisconsin Technical College in Fenimore. We are very happy to have the Legal Services Clinic on campus to serve our students and community members. We have many services on campus to help our students be successful and partner with other organizations to provide services to our students, and we think the Legal Services Clinic will be another great resource for our students to have access to. Many of our students might not know they have a legal issue, but we hope by having this resource we can connect them to. They will have the professional advice and resources they need to navigate those issues. And we look forward to having a space on campus in the fall for our students to come to be connected.